Okay, Google, what's the weather like today?
In Newark today, it'll be sunny.
18 degrees. I doubt my camera is even going to be able to expose out here because it is literally so bright. There's not a sun. There's not a sun in the sky. There's not a cloud in the sky today. There's definitely a sun over there.
It's all the way around the outside.
People just are going to think you do drugs. With that being said, guys, good morning. How are you all doing? My name is, of course, Alex. I'm not very well. I'm going to put that right out there to start this video. You can hear it in my voice. Essentially, the last 3 days have been pretty much hell. I've just been like this with headaches and nausea and aching everywhere. It's not been the best, but I'm getting there now. Okay, so if you're new around here, that subscribe button would be greatly appreciated if you could smash that, and also the like rating button. Right now, though, I'm going to do something really interesting. A lot of you know I've got some sort of baller security system around my house. Somebody knocked on my door yesterday and said that they've had some stuff stolen, and I want to try and catch the thieves. Thief? You said thieves. Thieves! Together, we are thieves. 2019, the 23rd at 6:58 AM. Watch how fast this van comes down here. And by the way, this van doesn't have any number plates on it. So, look, there's literally no number plate on it whatsoever. Straight over the speed bump there, and then as you can see, no number plate on the back of the van. But it's just interesting to have security cameras and stuff to see what the hell goes on, like 24/7. It's really interesting. You can see it in there. You can't actually... No, you can't really see it, but there's a fish in there. Where's that fish come from? Yeah, put that one back. Okay, so today's vlog is going to be a housey type vlog, considering that the weather is really, really nice, and it's a pond now. It was a swimming pool at one point. We need to get this. It just needs to disappear.
An ecosystem.
This is its own ecosystem. You guys see all the green here, and then there's actual fish swimming around somewhere, but they like to hide underneath these like folds. That was amazing. You're gonna have to get a bit wet. That was so funny. Look, it all starts pouring out there. Right, okay, now hopefully we just leave it and hope for the best. Now you're probably all thinking, what is all of this all over the table? What's going on? What are all these white boxes? And I thought the exact same thing when all of this arrived in this big brown box yesterday. And yeah, all of this stuff is super, super heavy. I was like, what is this box that arrived? So I know a lot of you are familiar with these guys. You'll have seen their logos before. This is Unify from Ubiquiti. They make like cameras and stuff, and they've sent me all of this stuff. So the inner nerd inside of me really wants to install some of those at this house. And then a lot of you guys know I did a video ages ago where I put loads of lights around the outside of the house, so the house lights up at night, and it looks really, really nice and modern. Well, funnily enough, I made a mistake, and I learned a lesson, and that lesson is buy cheap, buy twice. These little LED things were like £5 on Amazon, and I put them, well, as you guys can see, all over the house, looking back up at the house to light it up, and but literally half of them have just stopped working, so I bought some upgraded ones, and boy, it's an upgrade. But with that being said, daylight's ticking, it's nice weather outside, we've got lots to do, so let's crack on. This is a new camera, the G3 Pro, that needs to replace that bad boy up there. Look at the sensor on that thing. It's like, this is a CCTV camera, for God's sake. Like, this is mental. Oh, hello there, how are you all doing? I'm testing out my new camera, hopefully it looks good. Oh, wicked, we've nailed that. Right, just one more to do. So there we go, guys, the G4 Pro is now installed. As you can see, it has this blue ring around it, which, well, in the daytime you can't really see all that well. Oh, you can at night. That will make you look at the camera. Okay, so I've made it into the office this afternoon. There's a parcel here. I've come here just to get this. But this parcel right here, well, I feel a little bit special because the NDA doesn't release on this for the next 2 hours. So I'm allowed to film me opening this as long as I release this video tomorrow, which I will. But first, haircut. This just does really need a trim.
No, minutes.
You got on a treadmill.
They put it on a treadmill and there's cameras like all over it at the bottom and
Wow.
they watch it on the screen.
Okay, so first exercise of this entire gym session. We're doing chest today. I want to talk about something that Toby's actually pressured me to talk about at the start of this video, which is the glove situation. Everybody was saying I was a girl for wearing gloves. Yeah, I'm not wearing them now. So there you go.
Oh, I get it.
We're trying something totally different because we're waiting for the cables. Shall I give it a go?
Smashing it.
Just don't like it. This is called the pectoral fly. And you use these things and you push them out like this. And I just don't like it because it makes me click. And I'm also quite a bit shorter than Toby, so I have to do this. So, decline bench press for the second to last exercise in the gym today, and then the last exercise will just be some dumbbell chest press. Honkant, I'm here. Fragile, like my car. BMW twin power turbo, okay? Oh my god, it's actually the mirror caps that I ordered yesterday. Yeah, you see, I thought this was gonna be like a big box from BMW saying sorry that we've messed you around for the past half year of your life, but it's not. It's actually something that I bought with my own money. Okay, so what I really don't want to do is sit here and just crap all over BMW, because I've had a Mini for the past like 2 years of my life at John Cooper Works, and whether you know this or not, BMW actually make Minis, and the Mini has been absolutely fantastic. But my entire experience of owning an M2 has just been an absolute nightmare, and I want to walk you guys through every single step of this, because essentially what I've done, as far as I'm concerned, is just set fire to money. About 4 or 5 months ago, I took delivery of the car, and as you guys could have got by the gist of that video, I was extremely happy. You know what? I'd saved up, I bought my dream car, absolutely loved it at the age of 21. What could go wrong? Well, apparently, according to BMW, everything. So within the first 2 weeks of me owning the car, I had numerous issues. I'm not going to go over all of them, but the main one was the fueling problem. Yeah, a fueling problem where the car was unable to display how many miles I had left in the tank. Now that was really annoying, because the car then had to go back to BMW. I lost the car for a week whilst they fixed, and they did fix the problem. And then the car went away again because I wanted to look after my car by giving it a paint protection film wrap. So the car went away for another week, got paint protection film wrapped, then came back to me. Yeah, everything so far absolutely fine. Now I told you guys this, but I never really elaborated on the story. So one evening I was actually driving to CrossFit when I used to do CrossFit training. This was just before Christmas, and it was one of those times where it was in the UK. I think we had like some sleet and some snow on the road, and obviously it was my first or second week with sort of a rear-wheel drive car, and I lost control of my car, not in a crazy way or anything, and I managed to scrape the bumper. So therefore, you know, it was still drivable, but I needed to get a new bumper on the car, right? So I gave the car back to BMW and said, look, can you just put a new bumper on this to get rid of the scrapes?
So I'm about to go and see my car, and I keep getting told like different things from this garage as to when I'm going to be getting the car back. So I've sort of had enough. I'm going to record.
Essentially what I'd done is hit like a little knee-high fence. That was literally all it was. Now I'm going to sit back here and let you guess how long it took them to replace the front bumper of the car. 85 days.
Oh my goodness!
But then because of the way that the car was built, they had to take some parts of the engine out to replace the bumper of the car. And when BMW take parts of an engine out of a car, for some reason that means the entire car needs to be recoded. And not just the engine needed to be recoded, the entire car, even the amplifiers for the speaker system in the car had to be recoded. I went down to see the car because the car had been in this state for about 2 weeks. All they had to do was put the bumper on and give the car back to me. But it turns out they couldn't do that because BMW themselves didn't know how to recode their own car. And then after all of that, this is where it gets really good, because I
got the car back. And then, yeah, on Sunday, I was just driving it to the petrol station. And here we are, broken down again. Yep, had it back for 2 days. Drivetrain, stop carefully. Look, as soon as you get into it, even if you lock it, it says it. The car is locked and it just says drivetrain, stop carefully. And when you try and start it, you just tries to turn over. That's it. There's just nothing but trouble with this car. That just works all the time. So I pulled over, I was unable to physically start the car, and yeah, BMW roadside assistance turned up an hour and 45 minutes later, towed the car off, and it's gone again.
And we've had a response from the technical team this morning just to say that your fault codes that are in your car have been elevated to stage 2 of the technical team in Germany, which means that it's been passed to a team that higher up, basically.
So as far as I'm concerned, I've spent £52,000 cash on a car and then a further £7,000 on my insurance, which brings the total to, well, X amount. And what's that translated into? Me being able to put 500 miles on the car within the last half a year? Like, can you see why I'm slightly frustrated? I think I'm handling this really, really well. I think a lot of people would be really, really, really annoyed. They've built a car and they don't know what it is. They don't know how to fix it. So like, it is one of the most, and it may not seem it, but it's one of the most stressful things I've ever been through in my entire life, because I just want my car and I want to know where my money is. But there you go. That's an update on my experience buying a brand new BMW. It's been fun so far. So I know all of you are going to say, Alex, you shouldn't have bought a BMW. You should have bought this car. Haha, you should have bought a Tesla. You should have bought a this. You should have bought a that. And you know what? My reply is, I bought the M2 competition because I wanted the M2 competition. I wanted a high horsepower number, small, rear wheel drive, petrol car, and it was the perfect car. It would be, as you can tell if you're not stupid. But you know what? Now I might just go and buy a Tesla or something else, because my experience with BMW has been none other than absolutely diabolical so far. Just set fire to money. Brilliant. Love it. No, you're not allowed.
Do you need me to film?
No, not really.
Quick!
That's actually mental.
So essentially, right down here, these are the old ones that just don't work anymore. They were like super, super cheap, and then one of them blew, and then they all started to blow. They lasted about half a year. But these ones are much bigger, much stronger, and much better. This is going to be interesting. I don't know if you guys can even comprehend as to how goddamn cool this is. I do want to preface one thing though. I've done this totally just so in my head. I know I can do it. I'm primarily just going to leave the lights like this because I'm not having the lights flash in different colours. I understand that that is the most ridiculous thing ever. But the fact that I can just do it, man, is so cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that.